Hey everybody, it is Kristen and Cameron. What? Obviously they know it's Kristen and Cameron, they clicked on our video. Wow. If you can't tell, I'm 9 months pregnant. Get out.
Who would have thought we'd be
And
making
very just out of my mind.
Who would have thought we'd be making another video before the baby came?
Not me.
But we're here.
So today we're gonna be doing a Q&A. We have not that many questions, but it's fine.
I did 2 on my Instagram story, and so a couple of the questions are from one a few weeks ago, so we're just going to combine them together into one. So yeah, some questions are old, some are from last night, but it's all good. Should I start with the old ones?
Sure.
First question we got was our favorite childhood memory.
Oh.
There's so many, and I can't remember them. But
Bye, honey. Okay, so that's something we were talking about this morning. I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but when we were little, our grandparents used to order from the Schwann's man. He would come by, and they would order these push pops. Well, we called them push pops, but apparently we found out today they're called push-ums. And there's a chocolate flavor and then an orange sherbet flavor. And we were just talking about that this morning, how we loved those things. And those were probably one of my favorite childhood memories, from being at grandma's.
I don't know if you guys can see it. Literally chocolate, I call them push-ups.
Yeah.
No one else called them that. Chocolate push-ups. So good.
Those things were so good, and I really want one.
Just seeing them just takes me back. So for me,
Cooper. No.
Honestly, this probably isn't my favorite, but I can't think of anything else. And this one's funny. But we both really wanted a horse when we were little. And we live in town. And so we said everyone that lives in the country has a horse.
A given. A given.
Yeah, you move outside of town, you get a horse. And so we're like, how can we move out of this house into a town or into a house outside in the country? We're like, we gotta move and make sure Okay, I'm not explaining this very good. So we tried to trick Mom and Dad into thinking there was something wrong with our house we attempted to flood the basement.
That is so bad.
We literally took cupfuls of water and poured it all over our basement floor. I don't know how many trips we took. Up and down the stairs, dumping water.
Oh my gosh, I would have been so mad if I was Mom.
For real, I don't even think they were that mad. They're probably seriously,
They're probably laughing.
And so, yeah, we just thought if we can trick them into thinking that there's something wrong with this house, then we'll move to a house outside the country. Boom, we got a horse. Long story short, it did not work.
Did not work out.
Still in the same house, never got a horse.
But our grandparents have horses.
Yeah,
so
they had horses.
Kind of worked out.
Yeah, that was weird. Second question, how to read the Bible. So
this question intimidates me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to. Our answers are not the only answer.
Right.
We're not limiting what we say to how to do it. I think this question, I assume, is they're wanting to know how to read it and get something out of it, or how to receive it in abundance. Mm-hmm. And so I would just say be consistent with it. Set aside a certain amount of time every single day where you read the Bible, so you create a routine and you can really get into the Word and let it stick. And I would also say highlighting and writing in your journal. Writing in your Bible and journaling, just things like that to make it personal to you. Because I love looking back at verses I've highlighted and taken notes on.
For me, one thing that I do is every morning I read my devotion and it gives a verse with it. And so sometimes that takes me to a certain spot and I'll get started and start reading and honestly, I don't really know how to answer this question because I'm still figuring it out for myself.
Same.
So
I would recommend books in the New Testament. I think that the Psalms isn't even in the New Testament. Psalms and Proverbs are really good, but they're not in the New Testament. They're in the Old Testament, I think. And then, like, the small chapters at the very end of the Bible, like Philippians, Ephesians, Colossians, those are really good. Those are some of my favorites, but... Now to the newer questions. What is your guys' favorite music?
I have a lot of different kinds of music that I like, to be honest.
Same.
I would say that it used to be more like pop and stuff, but I'm not really into that so much anymore. I'm really into like Christian albums, and I like some country music. Or worship. That's what I'm really into worship music.
And contemporary Christian.
Yes. What about you?
Mine has changed. I used to not like country. I don't know why. I was just more on like the hip hop, pop side, whatever. But I definitely like country more now. I like worship. I like Christian music. I love Lauren Daigle, Corey Asbury. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
I think you did.
Need to Breathe. That's good. I could go on. I kind of like everything. What's your coolest dance move? I have to be honest, when I go to dances, I tend to sing.
Stand there.
Yeah, I definitely I tend to stand and sing, like, to the songs, like, playfully more than I actually dance, just because I don't like the attention. And
Neither of us are very outgoing, and we don't really dance.
To be social and talk to my friends and take pictures, but I actually don't do that much dancing.
I feel like that's such a lame answer. Like, I wish I had a favorite dance move, but I don't. I don't. I'm sorry.
Like, I was really good at flossing in junior high. I was doing it one time at a dance, and this girl came up to me and said, "You're so good at that."
Did she really?
Yes. She, like, tapped on my shoulder. She's like, "You're so good at that." I was like,
That's
oh my god.
Were you kind of embarrassed?
I was like, oh, you're watching. How do you stay faithful with unfaithful friends?
That's a good question. I think that it's important to remember where your influence should come from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, because I've been in this situation before. And of course you want to maintain friendships with people who you can reach.
I was thinking kind of like that too, like, don't assume that you will be a good influence on them before they're a bad influence on you.
Right, exactly.
Because I've always, like, I read in a book one time this example that if a person is standing on a table and they're holding hands with someone that's standing on the ground, it's way easier for the person on the ground to pull them down than it is for the person to pull them up. And so I think it's important to be kind and to be a good friend, but also don't let that be your prime influence, the prime, like, place where you're maybe, like, hanging out with them, or, like, if you recognize or feel the conviction, like, they're not helping me be a better person, like, pray about how you can be kind, but also...
And if it gets to the point where it is influencing you, then there's nothing wrong with taking yourself out of friendships. It's important to do that if it's affecting you, is what I'm trying to say. So.
Yeah. Also, you can ask, like, maybe your parents or your siblings or someone you trust, like, do you see me changing? Because it could be subtle, like, you move into this friend group and you don't realize that they're affecting you, or maybe you're doing things that you wouldn't have ever seen yourself doing a year ago from now, and it might be hard for you to face that truth, and so maybe it's better to ask someone you trust, like, should I be friends with these people? Like, is this making me better? Because sometimes it's hard to see it in yourself.
Yeah, because it is important to have those friendships where you're working towards reaching them and being a light in their life. But it's also important to have those friendships that pour into you, because you can't pour into other people if no one's pouring into you.
Definitely.
So, just something to remember.
This says also just to stay motivated to stay faithful every day. So, like, how do you stay motivated to stay faithful?
I think for me, something really important is just spending that time with the Lord in the morning, because then it just sets your day to the right, like, you have the right attitude for the day and you have the right mindset. So that's a big thing for me.
I would just say prioritize. Like, you'll always have time to do what you want to do. Like, we always have time for social media because we want to be on social media. We always have time to eat meals because we want to. Like, make that time, and if you really want to, then you'll have time for it. Like, there really are no excuses when it comes to spending
Yeah.
time with Jesus. And if you're too busy, then that means you've prioritized things above him.
Yeah.
And I know that life is crazy, and like we have school, we have jobs, like you can't just quit everything to work on your relationship with God. Like you do have to work around it. But what I am saying is like, if you really want to, you'll find a way. Favorite ice cream flavor?
I love
Girl,
this
I love
question.
this question.
Okay, so my favorite has always been chocolate chip cookie dough. It is
So
my, it's just my all-time
To
favorite.
die for. We actually went to Sonic yesterday and got
Yes.
cookie dough blast with extra cookie dough because you just have to ask for extra.
Yep.
It's so good. I've gotten a chocolate cookie dough blast, which is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, I think the vanilla is better though, because the chocolate is so rich it like takes away from the goodness of the cookie dough. And I don't know, but I also love we love Ben and Jerry's. Like we're obsessed with Ben and Jerry's.
I love that this is our most in-depth answer.
Chocolate fudge brownie.
Oh yes.
Like some
girl.
people say it's too rich.
No.
It's not.
Like our dad, he'll only eat vanilla bean ice cream.
We went to Cheesecake
I just
Factory.
don't get it.
We went to Cheesecake Factory and he got a vanilla bean cheesecake.
Out of all the
Literally
options.
crust with vanilla. Like that's it. Like there was nothing else. Like what? Anyways, what else? I've gotten a ton of Ben and Jerry's flavors. Half
I'm trying to
baked,
think.
brownie batter core.
My husband really likes mint chocolate chip, and I am not a fan of mint chocolate chip.
Sorry guys.
It just reminds me, like, I love mint, love chocolate, put them together.
No,
No,
you just can't do that.
I don't like it.
You can't.
Mm.
It reminds me of toothpaste.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know. It's
I'm just
just
not a fan. But yeah, my all-time favorite is chocolate chip cookie dough. It's the
Can't
best.
go
in my
wrong.
opinion.
yeah.
So thank you so much for tuning in to our video, and hopefully the next time, well, she has
I have
a
a
video
baking.
that's coming
I
out.
have a baking video that's in the
Um,
process of uploading. So
But other than that, maybe the next time you see us, I'll have a little baby in my
Sunny.
arms.
I
So
don't know if I can say the name.
it's fine. Everyone knows. But yes, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.